What the hell's that flag doing at half-mast? We're not mourning that son of a bitch. I'm not a hypocrite. Raise it to the top of the pole. His death only means one thing to me, and you know what that is? That Bobby Kennedy is just another lawyer now, and my troubles are over.
This goes back on my secretary's desk where it belongs. I want you to put out the word that neither our press releases nor our White House correspondence need be cleared through the Attorney General's office.
He's not going to like that.
Frankly, Clyde, it no longer matters whether he likes it or not.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mrs. Lincoln. I thought we could get some of the staff together and start removing the president's things from his office.
Well, President Johnson has already moved in, and he's
removing Jack's things?
Hello, Bobby. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you dropped by. I'd like very much to speak with you. I hope you'll stay close by me. I can't tell you how much I need you. I need you even more than he did.
Well, I can't talk about anything like that now. I had hoped to personally supervise the removal of my brother's things. I had no idea. Couldn't you have even waited a day?
Of course I can, Bobby. Actually, I didn't even want to move in today. I didn't feel right about it. Actually, it was McNamara's idea, and Rusk. They felt that we shouldn't give the impression that the country was without leadership. But no disrespect whatsoever was intended for the president or his family. Believe me.
Yes, well, if you could just give me a few hours.
You can have all the time you need, all you want. The important thing is that you realize how much I'm going to need your counsel, your support, how much the country needs them.
guards everywhere?
I don't know, Holly. Just until the department feels it's safe.
I don't like living with guards around.
To school.
We will, of course, regain our strength by our belief in God. That's the way it is with us. You were the middle son, and I never thought it would come to you, but now you will have to put back all the pieces. You're the head of the family now. We'll support you the way we supported Jack. But it's up to you now to lead us forward.
I love you, Mother.
Rumors from inside the Teamsters are that Hoff is laughing at us. He's convinced that now, well, he figures that you've lost your base of power.
Good, then it should be a hell of a surprise when we put him away on the merits of the case.
What about the Bureau? We're going to need them on this.
I'm pretty sure they'll continue to cooperate. Although Hoover now has his own line to the White House.
When are you planning on coming back to the Justice Department?
I don't know.
We need you, you know.
Walter, I just don't have the heart for it right now.
I never liked being vice president. Not that the man wasn't fair to me. The truth is, he was probably a lot more fair to me than I would have been to him if the roles had been reversed. But I always felt like some kind of a damn raven hovering over his shoulder. And today, I feel that to millions of Americans, I'm some kind of an illegitimate pretender, an illegal usurper of another man's throne. And to lead this country effectively, I have to overcome that image.
I would advise you that for some, for one in particular, you will never lose that image.
Well, I have tried not to make enemies out of any of them.
In fact, they have already.
I know what you're going to say. It's no secret the brother doesn't like me. None of them do. And I have tried every way I know how to console them. I would take the stars out of the sky and put them on a necklace for Jacqueline Kennedy. But the woman refuses. She rejects every single offer of kindness I make.
The loyalty of your service to the Kennedys is without question.
And Bobby, he acts like he thinks he's some kind of a rightful heir to the throne.
Mr. President, how much I would like to ease your mind and tell you that you're overreacting. But my sources indicate you must be careful. There's already been a secret meeting. Kennedy and Katzenbach and others have already discussed keeping the nomination from you. I will advise you of everything I know as I know it.
Edgar, I want to tell you how much I appreciate your friendship. And I treasure your counsel. And I will be cautious. You see, this tragedy has brought forth enormous public sympathy for the Kennedys. And if it ever got out that I was in open conflict with them, it could seriously damage my campaign.
Look at this lawn. You're a very bad girl. But no, you stop that. I don't know how she gets out. Maybe she learned to unlatch the gate by herself. But she has eaten all of the bulbs and she has destroyed the lawn. You know, Bobby, we're going to have to put some drainage in down there because it just gets like a swamp every winter.
Listen to this. It's from Aeschylus. He who learns must suffer. And even in our sleep, pain that cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart. And in our own despair, against our will, comes wisdom to us by the awful grace of God.
Today, while patrolling the Florida seas, 2 U.S. Navy planes spotted 4 Cuban fishing trawlers some 70 miles west of Key West. The U.S. Coast Guard was immediately alerted. The Cubans were found in violation of the 1963 Florida Territorial Waters Act and towed into Key West, where Florida officials detained the crew members for further questioning.
Hello?
Mrs. Ethel Kennedy, please.
Yes, this is she.
Oh, Ethel, this is Lyndon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And is Bobby all right?
Yes, he's fine, too.
How are the children?
The, children? Well, I don't know where to start. The little one, Christopher, is here. And, Michael, he, just started school. And Carrie, she...
Lady Bird and I think of you two so often. And I know I say this every time we speak, Ethel, but if there's anything at all we can do to... I wonder if I might speak to Bobby, please.
Yes, just a moment.
Yes, hello.
Bobby, I've called a meeting of the National Security Council tomorrow to discuss what action we should take with regard to Cuba.
Well, is it really that serious? According to the news, it was just an accidental violation of our territorial waters by some fishing boats.
Well, I don't know. One of my Latin American experts think this may be a test of my administration. And although I do hesitate to call you away from your family at this time, Bobby, I desperately need your expertise at this meeting.
It all fits the mold of a deliberate Soviet provocation. They came on an unusual zigzag course. And we have other information that all spells something planned to test the new president.
Excuse me, Mr. Travis. You keep talking about additional information. What is this additional information?
Certain subtleties in the latest actions of the Soviets that substantiate our belief.
What are they?
Well, I don't have all that information with me right now.
Well, why not?
Well,
This is a meeting of the National Security Council. Decisions made here affect the lives of many people. You're making very grave assertions, Mr. Travis. I would just like to see what evidence you have.
Wait just a minute. Let me get it straight. Travis, you think that this was a deliberate provocation planned by the Soviets to test me?
Yes, sir.
And Bobby, if I understand you right, you don't believe this is true?
Not based on the evidence that Mr. Travis has revealed, or failed to reveal, I should say. To me, this sounds like a traffic violation.
Now, just a minute. We have experts at the State Department that have analyzed this situation, and they have reached certain conclusions.
Based on what? Ron, has the CIA got anything?
No, it's possible the ship's just blundered in there.
Now, how they got there is not really the issue. Fact is, the Cubans were there. They were in the American territory, and they've been detained. The question is, what do I do now? Lock them up?
Absolutely.
The most effective course in containing Castro is continued support of economic, political, and social reform in Latin America. That's why President Kennedy created the Alliance for Progress.
In retaliation for seizing those ships, Castro has cut off all the water at our base in Guantanamo.
Are you suggesting that we should act impulsively simply because Castro acts impulsively?
No, there's one thing I can't do, and that's nothing. I've got to take some appropriate action.
One thing those Latins do understand is money. We should fire all 2,000 Cubans at our base. Take their income out of the Cuban economy.
My God, you sound just like Barry Goldwater making a speech to the young Republicans.
Damn it, I resent that. Mr. President, I'll tell you another reason why those workers should be fired as soon as possible. They represent a very grave security risk.
If they represent a very grave security risk, why didn't they cause trouble during the missile crisis?
Mr. President, I think that we should...
See you tonight. Thank you, Bobby. Travis, I'd like to review that file.
Well, Ron, that might be the last foreign policy meeting I'll ever be asked to attend.
And I'd like to have that on my desk as well.
Don't eat screws. We like some, but only the purple ones. Hey,
Robert,
screws.
not in here, all right?
He doesn't function when he eats a green.
Oh, thank you. Dear. What happened?
It's a disaster.
Cubans?
The way they're handling it. Lyndon and Robert Travis are going to reverse the direction of Jack's Latin American policy.
Well, I have a feeling you're going skiing.
My brother barely got started. And now we've got someone who knows everything about politics and absolutely nothing about human beings. He's going to scrap everything Jack ever did.
You don't know that. All you know is that he didn't agree with you. It made you mad. After all, he did call you for advice.
Ethel, that was just lip service because he needs us for his campaign. What's the snow report?
10 inches of new powder.
Well, you and the kids have a nice time. Come on.
The defendant will rise. Mr. Foreman, have the members of the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor. We find the defendant, James R. Hoffa, guilty as charged.
I suppose this wallet is somehow significant in view of the amount of government money we've spent over the last 7 years.
Yes, but we got him.
Thank you all. It's been a long time. But I don't know, it's odd. I just can't celebrate this moment like I always thought I would.
Well, he certainly earned his conviction.
I suppose. He brought organized crime into the Union, but even if he wanted to get them out, he'd wind up dead.
Maybe you did him a favor.
Angie, 8 years in Lewisburg is no favor. I'm tired of chasing people, Walter.
Of course he did.
I'm glad we got him.
Congratulations, boss.
Bobby. My legs are really out of shape.
I think that's a matter of coming out of hibernation. I had a long conversation with Jackie yesterday.
So now I suppose I'm going to get pressure from her.
Well, it seems the polls indicate that the people of New Hampshire may nominate you on a write-in. Come on.
That could be very inconvenient.
I can't believe you don't want it.
It's not a question of what I want. Johnson only wants somebody who, as he says, will kiss his behind in Macy's window and tell him it smells like a rose. I'd be criticizing him. I'd be everything a vice president shouldn't be. I'd be disloyal. Maybe I should run for senator, then I could say whatever I pleased. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't run for anything.
What are you saying?
I feel I don't smile unless I feel like it. I'm just not the sort of person the public likes. I hate making speeches. You've heard me. I'm a disaster. But Jack was automatic. People loved him. When he walked into a room, it was like somebody opened the blinds and let the sun in. I don't have that. And remember, I'm Ruthless Robert.
Jack was Jack. But when you decide to stop sleepwalking, you can do anything. You can even smile when you don't feel like it. I've seen you do it. Very effectively.
Come on in, Bobby. I've got to get this damn contact in. I'm a little bit disturbed by what's going on up there in New Hampshire.
Well, maybe I can put your mind at ease by assuring you that I am taking no part whatsoever in that campaign.
Is that right? Well, I've been in politics all my life, but I never knew a campaign to start up unless the candidate wanted it.
Excuse me, but I've already called William Dunphy, head of the New Hampshire committee, asking that he do whatever possible to discourage those people.
You got that fellow McLaughlin up there, don't you?
Andy McLaughlin may be up there, but he's not up there for me.
Well, he sure as hell isn't up there for me, is he? Matter of fact, he's up there trying to knock my butt off. So you tell me, what in the hell is he doing on the Democratic Party payroll?
He was loyal to President Kennedy. I'm sure he'll be loyal to you.
Andy McLaughlin is your man, and you get him the hell out of there. Now, understand me. I want you to get your man out of New Hampshire. Bobby, why don't you like me? You never have liked me.
Oh, it's the summer solstice. It always makes me a little sad to think that from now on, each day will be shorter. Just a little less light.
There were times when I thought this past winter would never end.
Well, we better get dressed. Almost time for supper, Christopher, Christopher.
Yes. Yes, this is he. What? Where? Is he all right? All right, I'll be up there.
What is it?
Teddy was hurt in a plane crash. The pilot and Andy Moss were killed. He's in a hospital in Boston. I've got to go there.
I'll call the others.
Hey, that's emergency parking only.
So our main concern is stabilizing his vital signs to stop the internal hemorrhaging. I think the problem is manageable.
What about his back?
Well, fortunately, there was no injury to the spinal cord. He's moving his extremities. He does, though, have extensive damage to the vertebrae in his lower back, and his lung was punctured by a broken rib. He's in pain.
Is it true you're ruthless?
That's what they say.
Hmm. Mother and Dad, do they know?
Mm-hmm. Dad's doing okay. Mother's out making your speeches. So you better get well quick or she'll steal your Senate seat.
Bobby, I had to be in Boston for the day. I thought I'd drop by. How is he?
I don't know. Sometimes I think somebody up there is out to lunch while he should be attending to business. You know, Walter, if my mother hadn't had any children after her first 4, she wouldn't have any now. I think the only reason that we've survived is because there are more of us than there is trouble. My mother and father have had so much grief. I wonder how much strength they have left. It's changed us, Walter. It's changed all of us. Now, when I look out at the crowd, I know there are people out there who hate us.
No, Bobby.
Hate us enough to do what they did to Jack. How much longer can this go on?
You're not thinking of retiring from public life?
No. Oh, no. No matter what happens, the Kennedys will remain in public life. My mother once told me, good luck is something you make. Bad luck is something you have to endure. Talk about bad luck. They must have towed my car away.
On arrival at Tempelhof Airport, Willie Brandt will meet Robert Kennedy. There will be a review of the West Berlin Honor Guard. Then, together with the Brandt entourage, he will proceed on to the dedication of the John F. Kennedy Memorial Tablet at Schoenberg City Hall.
Freedom, as President Kennedy said last year, is indivisible. And when one man is enslaved, all are not free. Let us then, knowing it is better to bring a light to the barricade than to curse the darkness, resolve here and now to hasten the day when that spirit encircles the globe, and all men and all Berliners will know what it means to be truly free.
The Attorney General has triumphed here in the city where his late brother declared a year ago today, Ich bin ein Berliner. Although the Polish government has refused Robert Kennedy an official invitation, he has announced that he will soon be en route to Warsaw.
When Polish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Polish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Polish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Polish eyes
Polish eyes are smiling my ass. I hope you all share the same sense of triumph that I now feel. This Civil Rights Act is a new challenge to this nation to eliminate the last vestiges of injustice in this our beloved country.
Come on, Bobby, let's get our pens. No one here deserves more credit for this bill than you.
Thanks. That's well, good work. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. President, I know you have a pen reserved for me and your Attorney General.
George, you look tired to me. Why don't you and Walter take a break? Rest up. I'll serve Mr. Hoover myself. You like chili, Edgar?
Yes, if it isn't too hot.
Ah, this is White House chili. It's mild compared to what we eat down on the Pedernales. You ought to come down there sometime. I'll tell you what. Come down during hunting season. You bag you a deer.
I'd like that.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that. Some people eat cheese on the chili. I don't think it's good for you. Upsets my stomach. There's something else that makes me sick. Every time I open a newspaper, turn on the TV, there's something about Bobby Kennedy in there.
Well, yes, he does seem to attract a certain amount of attention, doesn't he? Among certain aspects of the society.
Suppose, so I'm very strong.
Absolutely. You have created a very strong identity for your administration. Very strong.
But you and I know, with the political convention coming up, there's going to be a whole lot of whispering going on. I remember, you told me once there was a move on to take the nomination away from me.
Yes, there was some talk in the beginning among the Kennedy allies.
I'd like to know what they're saying now. Maybe you keep me posted on that. Here, let me heat that up.
No, that's fine. I normally just have some cottage cheese.
Oh, well, let's finish it off. Didn't your mama teach you to clean your plate? Edgar, there's something, well, I just have to say it to you. It's been called to my attention several times lately that you're past the mandatory retirement age for the position you hold. Here, put some onions on that. That's what makes it good.
I don't really feel that my age is any hindrance to the performance of my duties. Have people implied? I mean, has someone said that they feel that I'm not up to the task? I'm in excellent health, you know.
No, they just say you're too old. But I don't happen to agree with them. I've been thinking that one day soon we ought to hold a little ceremony. Maybe right here in the Rose Garden. I'd name you director of the FBI for life. Would you like that, Edgar?
Yes. Yes, I'd like that very much.
Kind of thought you would.
Mr. President, Mr. Kennedy is here.
Send him in. Hello, Bobby.
Good morning.
Come in. Have a seat. I've been wanting to speak directly to you for some weeks now. I've been thinking about the vice presidency, and I've decided. It would be wrong for me to name you to that position. In fact, I've decided that I will choose no one who's a member of my cabinet.
Well, that's fine. I'll support you any way that I can. I'll even campaign for you if you feel it would be helpful.
I feel certain that someday you will be president of this country. And when that time comes, I will do everything in my power to help you achieve that goal.
Well, I appreciate that, but I really haven't.
I came to this town back in the depths of the Depression. I had one summer suit and no top coat. My job, I was secretary to a congressman. Paid $30 a week. I knew nobody, and for sure nobody knew me. But I had a vision that someday I would be able to relieve some of the misery and the poverty that I knew firsthand as a boy. And I came to this place of power, consumed with the need to make things better than they are. And I know that same need burns in your belly. That's why I ask you today to give me your hand, Bobby. Stand with me. Give me your hand, and I ask for your help. I know we've had our differences, but our goals are identical. Because they are, I know I can count on you. I can count on you better than even some of my own people. Because if we work together, we can make that dream come true. We can make it a better world. Together, we can do it. We can make it come to pass.
I'm sorry about the exclusion of cabinet members from the vice presidency. I think of my own position as a member of the cabinet, and as I look out at all of you as not members of the cabinet, people who do not meet with the cabinet, and therefore eligible to be vice president. I sent a note to the various other cabinet members that said, my one great regret was having taken so many other fellows over the side with me.
Mr. Kennedy, will you be seeking public office in the next election?
John Kennedy achieved much in a few short years. There was so much life in him, he needed a big country with big things to do. And now it is my privilege and honor to introduce the man who stood closer to him in times of crisis and in times of fun than anyone else, his brother, Robert Kennedy.
Well, you should have been there, Pete. I walked old Hubert out on the lawn, tell him that I was... Boys, tell him I had picked him for vice president. Just walked him a little too fast. I looked back, he just huffing and puffing. I was afraid I might have foundered him. Frank, what do you got for me?
Well, so far an overwhelming praise for your choice of Humphrey. And first return in the polls looks great.
Frank, is that shirt clean?
My shirt?
Yeah. It looks yellow to me. When did you put that shirt on?
I just put a fresh one on a couple of hours ago.
Did your wife wash that shirt, Frank?
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't think she got it clean. I'm going to call her. What's her number?
Area code 207.
Yeah?
555.
Okay.
2158.
Frank, don't you know your own number? Miss Simpson, this is President Lyndon Baines Johnson. How are you, ma'am? That's good. I'm fine. I'm here in Atlantic City, though, with Frank, and we have a problem, Miss Simpson. It looks to me like his shirt's not clean. No, ma'am, it looks kind of yellow. Do you use bleach in your wash water? You do? Well, I guess there's just one thing to do. I'm going to have to buy him some shirts. What size is he? Well, he looks like a 16 to me anyway. But don't you worry about it. We're going to have some shirts made up for him. He'd be the fanciest dude in Washington, D.C. Well, you might try using blue in it. Yeah. Well, I don't understand it either. Because I know you wouldn't send Frank out without a clean shirt on his back. Yes, ma'am. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Miss Simpson. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I don't believe it. They've been applauding for 15 minutes solid without a break.
He was committed to the young people, not only of the United States, but to the young people of the entire world. And in all of these efforts, you were there. All of you. When there were difficulties, you sustained him. When there were periods of crisis, you stood beside him. When there were periods of happiness, you laughed with him. And when there were periods of sorrow, you comforted him. I realize that as individuals, we can't just look back, that we must look forward. When I think of President Kennedy, I think of what Shakespeare said in Romeo and Juliet. When he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. like to ask you a few questions about my youth.
Your youth? What kind of questions?
Well, I was born in Massachusetts, but we moved to New York when I was 1. So wouldn't you, in actual fact, say that I was a New Yorker?
I certainly would, since I happen to know that there's a vacancy for a New York senator.
When it comes to things political, there's no way to fool my mother.
And remember, your mother is a first-rate campaigner.
Bob, I've never seen crowds like you're getting. It's a terrific start.
Don't you know, Andy? They're not here for me. They're here because they love Jack.
Mr. Kennedy, I'd like to ask you a question that goes right to the heart of what many people feel. Aren't you just using New York as a jumping-off place on your way to the presidency?
I have several choices as to what I could do at this point. I could simply retire. My father's done rather well, and I could live off him. I don't need a title. I understand I could be called general for the rest of my life if I choose. I don't need the money or the office space. Maybe this is hard for you to understand, but I would just like to be a good senator. I'd like to serve.
As an old New Yorker, I'm very proud of the fine job you did on the USS Constellation. And I want you to know that I pledge the same energies, the same efforts, whatever talents, whatever I gave to the new frontier.
I'm very happy to be here for a number of reasons. I remember the margin with which President Kennedy carried Brooklyn is the margin that he carried in the state of New York. So we are very grateful to Brooklyn. President Kennedy carried Brooklyn by 6 times the amount that he carried the rest of the United States. So I express my appreciation. I think back on the campaign of 1960, how important and vital those issues were. And it has been suggested that I make my opponent's voting record an issue in this campaign. But he voted for much of President Kennedy's program, and that's not a bad voting record for a Republican. Thank you. Now we have to find them, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're not happy, Andy. What is it?
How could you stand out there and say your opponent has a good voting record?
Well, his record isn't bad.
His record stinks. Every time you say something like that, you cut your own throat.
Keating is a distinguished elderly gentleman. If I start attacking his record, I'm going to sound like some ruthless young punk.
The hell you will. You'll sound like exactly what you are, a politician.
Andy's been working with the local Democrats and done a terrific job. And Steve has everything running like magic. Everybody seems very enthusiastic.
What about you? Are you enthusiastic?
Well, I certainly have every reason to be.
That's not what I asked.
It's just odd being the candidate. I think I was better suited being the man behind the candidate.
He would like to take credit for the gains made in civil rights. But in fact, he abandoned his post at the Department of Justice with an unfinished task before him. Now, he runs for senator in a state so unfamiliar that without a road map, he couldn't find the state capital.
Can we talk?
Sure.
Never had a few, so I may get out of line.
Go ahead, Andy. Get out of the line.
You know, Bobby, I love working for a winner.
Are you saying that I'm not a winner?
If I didn't think you were a winner, I wouldn't be here.
Well, then I'm not sure what you're talking about.
You gotta get out of your daze. Damn it, Bob. Be yourself. You're real. Your brother's dead. It's your campaign. Put your heart in it. Or if you can't make it work, go home. Let's forget it. Put this in Steve Smith's file.
Rope service, sir.
Well, last night your worthy opponent said that while Attorney General, you made a deal favoring a Nazi cartel. That in effect, you gave $60 million to former Nazis.
I don't believe it. He's talking about the General Aniline settlement. I never made any secret deal with Nazis. This is a damn lie. We structured a deal so that no money would go to any former Nazis. In fact, it went to Americans who had suffered under the Nazis. We've got to turn this thing around right now. Let's call a press conference now.
We better prepare a statement.
I don't need a damn statement. I've never heard a charge as low as this one. It's an absolute lie. And I must say, I expected a bit more from Mr. Keating.
You have refused to debate Keating. Would you meet him now and debate?
Yes.
Are you aware that Mr. Keating has purchased a half hour of time this evening and plans to debate an empty chair? He claims the empty chair represents you and your contempt for the New York voters.
Well, since Mr. Keating wants a debate, he'll have a debate.
May I help you, sir?
Yes, I'm here for the debate with Mr. Keating. Senator Keating has invited me to debate.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't let you go in there.
But Senator Keating has an empty chair for me.
Look, you're gonna have to help me get the senator out through a back door. We cannot have a confrontation.
Suppose he won't stay.
Then I'll debate the chair. I don't believe it.
I came to watch the debate with my husband.
When the Senate is in recess, yes, we'll be living up there.
What about all my friends? My friends are all here.
You'll make new friends.
My brother will hate it.
We can't keep owls in New York. How about it, Dad? Can we keep the owl?
I don't know. We'll have to check the regulations of our apartment building.
What about a really cute little black and white puppy?
Do we have a really cute little black and white puppy?
His name is Freckles.
I didn't know we needed another dog.
We got him for you, Dad. A present, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
See, that's Freckles all over him.
Oh, yes, he is very cute. All right, I'll check the regulations, and you'd better hurry up and housebreak him. I would like the same in-depth tour that Virgil gave Dante of Hades.
You might be reminded of the tortures of hell when you sit through hours of debate on the floor waiting your turn.
Yes, but there's action in the cloakrooms.
Sure, the cloakrooms, cafeteria, committee, sometimes even the gymnasium. But what you call action, Bobby, won't compare with the Department of Justice or the White House. Now remember, aside from what you say, it's important to understand the timing of a committee. You see, senators sit for hours. They get tired, they get hungry, nature calls. Sometimes you can even win a vote if you just stop talking.
Reports of other major medical research agencies all confirm the findings that there is a link between cigarettes and lung cancer. There may also be a link between cigarettes and heart disease. There are medical reports, detailed documentation. The day may come when cigarette smoking is banned from all public places. However, the discussion of future amendments at this time only serves to distract us from the task at hand. I suggest that we take an immediate vote on the amendment before us. We've initiated debate on auto safety, pesticides, cigarettes, and health. But so far, we've been unable to pass any legislation.
Oh, don't worry, you'll do it.
The mail is up 1,200 letters a day. I guess the word is out that I'm the man for unpopular causes.
Well, you know why I like the Senate? Because it keeps you here close to me.
Well, I like that, too. But
No buts, right?
it's just all talk and debate, infighting and haranguing. I just have the feeling I'm not getting very much accomplished.
Matthew, ego te baptizu in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Say, Bobby, how many more of these occasions can we count on?
Don't tease Bobby about his family. Have as many as you want.
Well, I guess I've destroyed whatever position I might have had on birth control.
Good. I think it's obvious that I have always opposed it.
I'm still curious, Bobby. Is this it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the size of the ideal family is. But we're very pleased. And I'd like to have more children. And Ethel has indicated that she would like to have more. At least, I think that's what she indicated.
In a
combined operation of Marines and airborne units, United States troops today invaded the capital city of Santo Domingo in an effort to restore order to that Caribbean nation.
The United States government has been informed by military advisors in the Dominican Republic that American lives are in danger. Pursuant to my instructions, 400 Marines have already landed.
The Alliance for Progress was created to unify the nations of our hemisphere through mutual trust and understanding of each other's problems. When American troops land on the soil of a Latin country, it is a violation of that trust. It is a violation of our promise not to interfere in the internal affairs of other nations in our hemisphere. If I don't get involved personally, the Alliance for Progress will vanish without a trace. You know how concerned Jack was over Latin America? And now we've got Marines landing in a Caribbean country and a president planning a total reversal of our Latin American policy.
How many countries will we be going to?
We'll go any place where they let us speak with the people.
On what basis do you think he'd listen?
Well, we should point out that our situation in Chile and Argentina and Venezuela is very sensitive. It could even be dangerous.
Danger? Don't you know that's exactly what the man wants? He loves the idea of danger. He wants a damn spectacle, a three-ring circus, so he can stand out in the middle ring and humiliate me. That's the only reason he's going to South America. But we don't need to make it easy for him.
We already got word from his office. He wants a State Department briefing for himself and Adam Walensky, who's writing his speeches.
All right, brief him. But I want you to get your people in gear. You tell him this government expects him to stay in line or stay home. If he even breaks wind down there, it better sound like sweet praise for this administration.
Say, for example, we're asked about the armed intervention in the Dominican Republic. What would the administration's position on that be?
Well, in the first place, nobody will ask you about that.
Nobody will ask me about that?
No, they no longer care about that issue.
Well, we must not speak to the same Latins. I'll bet you $100 it's one of the first 3 questions I'm asked.
All right, I'll take that bet. And when they ask you, tell them what your brother said about Cuba.
My brother? Don't you mean President Kennedy?
Yes, I'm referring to the Kennedy administration.
And just what exactly in particular are you referring to?
Well, there was something said during his administration about the United States not allowing communism in the Western Hemisphere.
I certainly hope that you are not using anything that President Kennedy said to justify what you were doing in the Dominican Republic, because he would have opposed that action.
Well, whatever he might have felt, it won't apply while I'm in the State Department.
Relative to Peru, we suspended aid because there was a dispute between the Peruvians and International Petroleum.
That's right.
Is there any intended change on that position?
None.
What about Brazil? What do I say in a country that has outlawed political parties and is denying basic freedoms?
We've prepared a statement for you. While the United States regrets that a great power has chosen to temporarily curtail certain freedoms, we nonetheless understand the need for internal security and the control of potentially dangerous, radical...
I'll be damned if I'll ever say that. I don't talk that way.
Then why don't you say nothing?
Let me get this straight. Are you telling me that if you mess around with the American Oil Company, we take away aid? But if you have a military takeover, outlaw political parties, and deny basic freedoms, you can have all the American aid that you want? Is that what the Alliance for Progress has come down to?
That's about the size of it.
Senator, we prepared an itinerary. There's a reception at the American Businessmen's Club, and later tonight a reception for the King of Belgium.
Yes, well, we prepared our own itinerary. I'm speaking at the university this afternoon.
Well, the embassy didn't clear that for you.
We cleared it ourselves.
Well, we can't guarantee your safety.
My regards to the King of Belgium. I have come to this continent because I believe you must develop justice and freedom for every man, for the farmer of the Altiplano and for his cousin in the slums of the Barriadas. Justice, that means land for the farmers, education for every child, and an equitable burden of taxes. No nation can progress when the wealthy are taxed too lightly and the poor too heavily. The responsibility of our time is nothing less than revolution.
La responsabilidad de nuestros tiempos es nada menos que una revolución.
A revolution that will be peaceful if we are wise enough.
Una revolución que será pacífica si somos suficientemente sabios.
Humane if we care enough.
Humana si nos importa suficiente.
And successful if we are fortunate enough.
Con éxito si somos suficientemente afortunados.
A revolution will come, whether we will it or not.
Una revolución llegará, queramos o no.
We can affect its character.
Podemos afectar su carácter.
But we cannot alter its inevitability.
Pero no podemos evitarla.
Abel Simpson, tell him he owes me $100.
Hermanos, por favor, hermanos.
Many of you take the easy way and make the Yankees the convenient villains.
Para muchos de ustedes es fácil hacer a los Yankees convenientemente los villanos.
But who among you is ready to challenge the problems of the barriadas of Lima?
¿Cuáles de ustedes están listos para enfrentar el problema de las barriadas de Lima o la pobreza de los indios andianos?
Answer me that before you blame us.
Contesten eso antes de que nos culpen.
I am sorry. I want you to speak. Most of the students want you to speak. But I know our Marxist students, they will insult you. They will shout you down.
I'm not afraid of being shouted down. I can shout too.
I am afraid of physical violence, Senator Kennedy.
Fausto, what do you think?
It will be a great victory for the Marxist students if they can stop you from talking.
Well, I guess that settles it. I'm a very bad loser.
So am I.
The expected revolutionaries had better improve their aim. Cable Simpson and tell him he owes me another $100. I came here to speak and I'll speak.
Vine a hablar y hablaré.
I did not come here to tell you that the United States is without fault.
Para decirles que los Estados Unidos no tienen defectos.
We believe in freedom of expression.
Creemos en libertad de expresión.
But we do not believe in spitting on people.
Pero no creemos en ataques de esta índole.
If you feel that you are right, let one of you come down here and defend me.
La razón sea que quienes de ustedes
Come down.
You don't come down here. I'll come up there.
We can't be surprised by this. We've seen the slums, the mines, the exploitation by American companies, repression under governments that we support. We can't be surprised that they hate us. Jack understood this. And he thought that the Alliance for Progress could change things. Well, maybe it could if he were alive.
What do you think Latin American countries today want from the United States that we can and should give them, but aren't giving them?
Well, first, I think aligning ourselves with the progressive leadership. We are doing this to some extent. I think we should do it to a greater extent. And secondly, I think, which is very important, general leadership within our own government for internal reform and around the world to be the leaders for a democratic system and for the dignity of man. These may sound like very general terms, but they are very meaningful, I think. If we allow communism to carry the banner of reform, then the ignored and the dispossessed, the insulted and the injured, will turn to it as the only way out of their misery. There is a revolution going on down there, and we must identify ourselves with that revolution.
I'm sorry our time is up. I want to thank you, Senator Kennedy, for...
I remember how my heart went out to him. I spoke with him shortly after his brother was killed. Sorrow on his face broke my heart. And today, he has completely disassociated himself from me and my administration. And he robs me of moments that should be mine. Even at the convention, he robbed me there.
But they nominated you.
But the historic moment was his appearance. You remember that ovation they gave him? They nominated me, all right. But history will remember him.
The people chose you. You were elected president by one of the greatest mandates in history. There's nothing he can ever really take from you. Nothing.
But...
This will be your basic story of young, crusading, lately turned liberal senator walking through the slums. Press release number 206-7.
Herbie, how are you doing? I remember you. You used to demonstrate outside of my office at the Justice Department.
Yeah, I remember when you had a crew cut.
It was never exactly a crew cut.
Well, it was a lot shorter than it is now that you decided to ride the updraft to descent.
Jack Newfield, right?
Yeah.
I've read some of your work. I really didn't like what you had to say about me, but I liked your stuff on civil rights.
Well, since I heard you were headed for my old neighborhood, Bed-Stuy, I thought I'd tag along.
Bedford-Stuyvesant is your old neighborhood?
That's right. I was the only white kid on the block.
I saw malnutrition and despair that rivaled anything I've ever seen in the slums of northeastern Brazil or the barriadas of Lima. But what I am describing to you is a struggle for life that is going on not more than 20 miles from where you sit. I don't believe that welfare or federal aid alone can solve these problems. But many of you have the kind of experience that can bring about solutions. I'm not talking about donations of money alone. I'm talking about people donating their talent and abilities. I believe we can rebuild Bedford-Stuyvesant. We must also look behind the postcard beauty upstate and examine what rural life is really like for the migrant laborers who are brought in by the hundreds from Appalachia. What's your name? I have a little boy about your age. His name is Christopher.
He don't answer. He's not taking a speech yet. He's feeling pearly with that cough of his.
How many of you live here?
3 families in the bus. Mr. Hainstra says we're entitled to stay here as long as we can work.
How much does he pay you?
When the salary comes ready, we get $1 for every hour.
$1 an hour.
It's when there ain't no work that things get real bad. Last week, the rain took some of the crop.
Can't you read?
My name is Robert Kennedy.
The senator? Well, I sure in hell think you should be able to read my sign that says no trespassing. Now get off my land.
I want to talk to you about these people.
I said move.
I wouldn't let an animal live this way.
Oh, hell. It's like camping out. They like it here. You ever seen where they come from?
You're something out of the dark ages.
Get out of here, you do-gooder. Grab your damn headlines from those niggers back in the city where you belong. Let them come. I'd like nothing better. Come on.
They'll shoot holes through you, man. Come on.
A massive communist offensive launched during the traditional Tet holidays has brought the war to the grounds of the American embassy in Saigon. Administration hopes for a foreseeable victory appear to have been premature in view of the enemy's impressive show of military strength.
We must not mislead the enemy. Let him not think that debate, dissent, will produce wavering and withdrawal, for I assure you they will not. Let him not think that protest will produce surrender, because they won't.
I feel that it is not only our duty as Americans to condone dissent. I feel that it is our duty to demand it. We cannot stand by and see lives and money wasted as we try to impose our will upon another nation. It is immoral to attempt to change by military force the destiny of another country. It is immoral to waste money on a senseless war that is needed to reduce human misery in our own country.
The road ahead is going to be difficult. There will be some nervous Nellies, and some who will become frustrated and break ranks under the strain. Some will turn on their leaders, on their country, and on our own fighting men.
I don't believe that the use of military force can solve the problems of poverty and need in Vietnam. I don't believe it, and I don't believe a lot of other Americans believe it either.
You're ahead of the president in some of the polls.
It's not me. It's the issues. People don't want the war. They don't want indifference.
He's done more on the level of social welfare than any president in history.
Oh, he had his great society, but he forgot all about it because of the damn war. Andy, we've worked on a plan for Bedford-Stuyvesant for 6 months. We've tried every way to get the administration involved, and they won't even try to work with us.
You're putting yourself in a tough position with the Democratic Party.
Why should the party care whether or not I criticize the president? Other senators criticize him, McGovern, Church, Morse.
He can have critics, but not rivals. Not men who, in public opinion polls are taken, are the people's choice for president.
Andy, I can't help what the polls say.
Bobby, I'd be thrilled to have you run for president and beat that ass. But you can't break traditions of the Democratic Party. Important men, men who you may need someday, see what you're doing as disloyal. They won't forgive you.
I wish I could have brought you more than myself. I wish I could have brought you some tangible symbol of the great pride the American people feel in you back home. But I do bring you this promise. I can tell you, we shall not fail you. What you are doing here, you are not doing in vain.
Man, you gotta speak out.
Why? When I do speak out, I don't influence policy. Whatever I call for, the administration is automatically against. I only hurt myself politically.
How? I mean, look at the polls.
Popularity, it seems, is a double-edged sword. The more people like what I say, the more I become an outcast in my own party.
What does it matter? Unless you still believe in traditional politics.
I still believe in traditional politics.
Next month, you're going to Europe. You know, every question is going to be about Vietnam. How are you going to deal with it? The bombing is getting worse.
I don't know. Come on, Matthew. Let's go have some milk. Why do the North Vietnamese resist all American peace overtures?
Pourquoi est-ce qu'il y a tellement de résistance contre la paix?
Les Nord-Vietnamiens n'ont aucune confiance en toutes ces soi-disant ouvertures de paix des Américains. Chaque fois que le président Johnson fait des offres de paix, il y a toujours simultanément des actes de guerre.
The North Vietnamese mistrust totally all so-called American peace gestures. Every time President Johnson makes an offer of peace, there are parallel actions of war.
You have very good contact with Hanoi. Is there any remote possibility of negotiation?
Ce qu'il voulait dire est que vous avez de bons contacts avec Hanoi. Est-ce qu'il y a de vagues possibilités pour des négociations?
Oui.
Let me get this straight. If we stop the bombing, they're prepared to negotiate?
Oui.
What did that sound like to you?
I don't think there's any question. He suggested a peace feeling. Look, he knows the way you feel. The North Vietnamese know the way you feel. Now, up until now, Hanoi has always named 4 conditions prior to negotiations. He just told you they've lowered it to a single issue, the bombing. We should cable the State Department.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. But first, before you send it, show it to our friend in there. If he approves it, then maybe it's real. God, this might be a hell of a break.
According to this eminent newspaper, the State Department has recently been informed of a significant peace signal unveiled for the benefit of Senator Robert F. Kennedy, Democrat, New York. For reasons best known to the enemy. How could you do a thing like that? How could you deliberately leak a story to the press when you know it will affect our efforts in Vietnam?
I assure you, I did not leak that story.
Oh, well, who would?
I don't know. I would guess it was someone in your State Department.
It's not my State Department, it's your State Department. You've got your people all over this town, don't you think I know that? Now, you listen to me. You listen good. There are not going to be any negotiations because we are winning this war. In 6 months, I'll have a victory. And I'll destroy you and all your dove friends in Congress. You'll be dead politically.
I don't believe you can do it.
You don't think I can destroy you? Are you challenging me?
I don't believe you can achieve a military victory in Vietnam.
Your brother committed troops to Vietnam.
It was a mistake.
Well, now, if I remember right, you were around at the time, but I don't remember that you disagreed with the policy. Did you disagree, Bobby?
No. And I was wrong.
Oh. You were wrong then, but now you know how to bring us peace. Well, tell me how. How would you do it, Bobby? I'm curious.
Say that you'll stop the bombing if they'll negotiate. And then be prepared to negotiate.
Go on, I'm listening.
You could set up a ceasefire in stages and expand the International Control Commission to deter escalation. Allow an international force to replace the American troops. And push for a political settlement that would allow all major elements in South Vietnam to participate in free elections.
Unfortunately, I don't live in the world of the Harvard Debating Society. I have real problems, and there's not one chance in hell I'd do that. Not the slightest chance.
I'm very sorry you feel that way.
You and your friends are responsible for prolonging this war. For killing American boys by the thousands. You've got their blood on your hands.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Now there's Lowenstein. Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
Hi, Ethel.
Rumor has it you and I share a similar plan.
I know we share a common view that Robert F. Kennedy would make a great president.
After I give this speech, not a chance. Hi, Al.
So, today will be less than boring in the Senate?
Well, I called Teddy and read some of it to him over the phone. He said just make sure they know it's the Kennedy from New York and not the one from Massachusetts.
Oh, Robert, honey, I told you not to bring him in here. Owen, get it off of my head.
Mom, I'm sorry.
Now, sit down.
Ow.
Sit down.
It bit me.
Yes, I know.
I guess this is life as usual at Hickory Hill.
What does it look like?
Well, I guess you better get a tetanus shot.
Is it that bad?
This might actually take a couple of stitches. I would definitely have a doctor look at it.
Well, I suppose if these are the only scars that the Kennedys get by the end of the day, we'll be lucky. Ooh.
It is not my object to lay blame for our presence in Vietnam. I can testify that if fault is to be found or responsibility assessed, there is enough to go around for all, myself included. The issue now must be to end this war. This horror is not just a nation's responsibility, but all of ours, yours and mine. It is we who live in abundance and send our young men to die. It is our chemicals that scorch the children. It is our bombs that level the villages. The United States has sent over 400,000 men into this ever-widening war. I ask only that this administration test the sincerity of North Vietnam by halting the bombardment of the North and by saying that the United States is ready to begin negotiations within the week.
Well, the speech has had the odd effect of uniting many Republicans and Democrats. Nixon was quoted today. Did you read it? He said the speech had the effect of prolonging the war. That President Johnson was right and Kennedy was wrong.
Well, Ed, I'm kind of surprised to hear it from him, but I'm damn sure not going to argue. I warned that boy that the speech would destroy him politically. And I think it's a shame. I told him that the American people will not stand for a dishonorable peace settlement disguised as a bargain to suit his publicity purposes. When they listen, they know the boy's all hat and no cattle.
That's right. I know you don't like to hear it, but I am against student deferment from the draft. Do you want to know why? I'm against it because it's wrong. I can afford to send my children to college. Most of your parents can afford to send you to college. That's why you're here. But there are others who cannot afford to send their children. Let me ask you a few questions. How many of you are in favor of student deferment from the draft? Yeah. All right. Now, how many of you favor escalation of the war? Yeah. All right, now let me ask you this. How many of you who just voted for student deferment also voted for escalation of the war? How many voted for both? Face it, the poor are carrying the burden of your war. While you vote to escalate, the poor are dying in your place. In fact, as long as the men dying in Vietnam are from the other side of the tracks, or black, or from some other minority, I see almost all white faces out there. As long as others go and die in your place, you don't mind the war, do you? You keep voting to escalate. I say to you that is wrong. And I don't really believe you think it's right.
How do you feel about a loyalty oath?
What's this?
In a few hours, the president will be addressing a Democratic dinner at the Americana Hotel. You're introducing him. They prepared this little speech.
Oh, my God, this is terrible.
Well, can't you get out of it?
In politics, this is what passes for reality. Webster defines greatness as largeness in size, being much above average in magnitude, intensity, and importance. The height of his aim, the breadth of his achievements, the record of his past, and the promises of his future. All these bespeak the largeness of size, the magnitude of effort, that intensity of devotion, and that importance of accomplishment that define our president, Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Why can't Bobby just come out and run against him?
The time isn't right, for one thing. It's just too early.
Wait a minute, what does that mean, the time isn't right? Who makes all these rules?
Traditional political realities.
And remember, Al, I still believe in traditional politics. Arthur and Fred are experts. That's why they're here.
Listen, there are a lot of people who believe in you. They hear you praising this bastard. It sounds like treason.
But he must avoid charges of personal ambition and party splitting.
How? By trading them for charges of hypocrisy and inconsistency?
I know we don't have much choice, but I don't see how we can survive another 5 years of Lyndon Johnson. 5 more years of a crazy man.
However, I must honestly say that I have become deeply disenchanted with President Johnson. I feel that he is so emotionally involved in the war in Vietnam and so concerned about saving face more than achieving peace that we're going to have a change of administration. And I think both Mr. Kennedy and Mr. McCarthy represent the kind of competence, dedication, and relevant thinking on the basic issues that confront us today, that they are the kind of men that present the alternative that I think we need.
The law is wrong and the war is wrong. This war, our government, in participating in this war, in the first place, is disobeying the promises that it gave to the Geneva Accord nations. In the second place, by the time hostilities began, we should have brought it to the United Nations, and our government never did bring it to the United Nations for adjudication. The third place, the Constitution of the United States says that there shall be no war unless Congress declares war, and the Congress has not declared war. We think that this war is totally illegal and that it's disastrous to the best interests of the United States.
Now you dig that white man named McNamara. Because that white man told you to your face that he's going to draft him 40,000 more people, and 30% of them are going to be black. And we got to wake up and stop dreaming and understand this man is out to exterminate us. We've got to build so much strength inside our community so that when LBJ says, "Come here, boy, to my war," we say, "Hell no, we ain't going."
Various radical factions are now coalescing into a subversive horde. There's talk of mass marches on Washington, more violence in the cities, disruption of all forms of civil government.
I am not going down in history as the president who fiddled while Washington burned. I won't tolerate more demonstrations.
Martin Luther King, hailed as a man of God. How I wish there was a way I could reveal to this nation what I know of his excesses.
Well, at least he opposes violence.
It's a masquerade. He's as dangerous or even more dangerous than the rest of them. I have tapes of specific sexual actions which reveal the man's true character.
Edgar, you never did come down to the ranch and shoot that deer.
My time does not allow me to be away from my desk.
I'm not so sure of that. Rest might do you good. I think I need a rest. All my life, I've never had any trouble sleeping. Just recently, though, it seems like things are happening around me and I can't move. I don't have any control. Maybe my enemy's taken my power.
Maybe it's your sixth sense.
Telling me what?
There's something in the air.
Now, come on, my friend. What is it?
He has had secret meetings with your Secretary of Defense. I don't know what they've said, but they meet, they talk.
I cannot afford disloyalty. And I won't have my Secretary of Defense going dovish on me. I just can't have that.
There they are. That's wonderful.
Oh, Kiddo. Oh.
Oh, I remember that day. Can it really have been so long ago?
Mother, you're making us all seem very old.
No, I'm not. I'm only wishing that we could live all those days when the family was together. Over and over again. Oh, those dreadful pants.
If you hadn't burned those pants, I'd probably be wearing them right now.
There. You see how nice he looks? Two such fine-looking boys. I knew he'd be too restless for the Senate.
He fights, but he can't actually change the way things are.
I'm so glad he's turned out the way he has. You know, when he was a child, he used to spend so much time alone with his sisters. Jack was away at school. My mother used to worry that he'd grow up to be a sissy. Oh, she'd be so proud of him now.
Bob, you have to announce one way or another. It's not fair to your supporters not to let them know.
How do you feel about it?
As your brother or politically?
Teddy, how do you feel about it?
Most of the family feels you should run, in spite of other feelings. You know what I mean, Bobby, feelings that we all share.
I'm thinking of releasing a statement that I will not run against President Johnson under any circumstances in the foreseeable future.
Well, then, that will end it.
Yes, that will end it.
You must know how many people are going to feel totally betrayed.
I can't help that, but I'll continue to speak out against what I believe to be wrong.
If you won't run, it's just words, man.
Every professional politician has told me that for me to announce would be an act of political suicide.
You keep telling us what this professional thinks, what your brother thinks, or what some liberal intellectual thinks. What about what you think? Have you got it to run for president or not?
Allard Lowenstein is organizing for the New Hampshire primary. He's already approached McGovern and Gene McCarthy. Look, meet with Lowenstein. He's worked hard for all the issues you believe in. If it is no, he should hear it from you.
We're finally to a place where it actually seems we can be effective. We can do what we've been saying should be done.
I would have no support from politicians.
You don't. You'll have the people. You don't need politicians.
Al, the president could manipulate foreign policy. He could escalate, de-escalate, stall, pause, negotiate. What if I'm in the middle of the California primary and he suddenly stops the bombing and begins talks with the North Vietnamese? Now, what do I do? Do I denounce him as a fraud, or do I tell the American people to support his effort? In either case, I lose the primary.
We have a man who was willing to stand up to him and take these chances. But it should be you. Even he says it should be you.
I just can't put it together for this election.
The honor and direction of this country is at stake. I don't give a damn whether you think you can put it together. We're going to put it together. If we have to do it without you, we're still going to do it. It's too bad. Too bad, because you could have been president. Damn it. You could win if you just try.
I'm sorry, Al. I really wish I could.
Bobby Kennedy, take a stand, get us out of Vietnam. Bobby Kennedy, take a stand, get us out of Vietnam. Bobby Kennedy, take a stand, get us out of Vietnam.
Mr. President, do you feel the descent on Vietnam has reached a critical point?
Wherever you have men dying or sacrificing, whenever you have over 500,000 men committed to a theater of war, you will have dissent. There will be differences of opinion. That's democracy. But I know that our decisions are based on facts, on equity, and on the knowledge that we will have victory against the aggressor.
I want to say as a bomber pilot in World War II that it doesn't do very much good to bomb a rice field or to drop bombs on a primitive agricultural country like Vietnam. We haven't protected our men in the South with the bombing. This is the biggest fraud ever perpetrated on the American people. We haven't saved the lives of American troops in the South by bombing the North.
In massive demonstrations across the nation, students are lining up to destroy their draft cards in dissent against administration policy in Vietnam. On many campuses, faculty members have joined them in voicing a total condemnation of the war, which has so far claimed thousands of American lives.
Today, I am introducing a man who has the courage to take up the challenge. A man who will offer Americans a choice, a chance to end the horror of the war in Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Eugene McCarthy, our candidate and the next President of the United States.
How long are you going to be in California?
Oh, only a couple of days. Just long enough to meet with Chavez and the leaders of the Huelga.
What about the draft Kennedy people?
I think I'll just avoid them.
Hamlet of Hickory Hill?
What does that mean?
Well, I seem to remember it's a play about indecision.
I've made my decision. I've even made it public, or don't you read my press?
I read Jack Newfield in the Village Voice. And he wonders how you can put party before principle.
And he's a friend.
Well, I'm more than a friend. And I wonder the same thing.
Ethel, if and when I run for president, it won't have the taint of a ruthless personal vendetta.
Ruthless. You are so afraid of that word. Why?
I'm not afraid of any word. But I know how the press will react to my candidacy. I know how they'll attack. Ethel, I don't believe I have the appeal. I don't believe I have the mass appeal that it takes to be elected president.
You mean the appeal that Jack had? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You're wrong.
I've been grading him a lot, so watch out. He's pretty high.
I'll be all right. I'm going to do it. Gotta try and figure out a way to get Gene McCarthy out of it. But even if I can't, I've got to do it.
Senator Eugene McCarthy made political history today by outpolling President Lyndon Johnson in the New Hampshire primary yesterday. The maverick Democrat from Minnesota, aided by his army of college students, garnered over 42% of the vote and 20 of the state's 24 delegates to the Chicago Democratic Convention.
Maybe we could put it to him reasonably. Make a bid for his support. Join forces.
It's already in the works. Teddy's going to speak with him.
Where is McCarthy?
He's in Green Bay getting ready for the Wisconsin primary.
Teddy should be back in the morning. In the meantime, Arthur and I better knock out my statement.
We should arrange a barber. If you announce you need a haircut.
Hello, Mr. Ted.
Hello, Ruby.
Katie.
Good morning, Bobby.
Sit down, you look beat.
It's been a long night, Fred.
Well, what did he say?
They kept me hanging around until 2 a.m. before I could get to see him. He wasn't exactly thrilled with our proposal for a joint effort.
So he said no. Why? If we joined forces, we could have had a real chance.
For one thing, I think his wife is against us.
I'm not surprised.
He can't possibly win a presidential election.
I really didn't think he'd be a spoiler.
He's flushed with victory. Can't really blame him. Man spends 20 years in government. Suddenly people are telling him that he is their choice for president. That's a hard thing to give up.
It's a fantasy. At convention, they'll chew him up and spit him out in the aisles.
Gentlemen, the barber is here.
Not too short. Let's not put him back to the 50s.
Midwesterners don't want a long-haired president.
I don't know. I like his hair a little long, especially on the sides. I know women like it that way, too.
Still only 50% of the vote.
He's going to get all of the first lesson politics running for
So my dad can run for president.
Yes? Yes, he is.
Who is truly dividing the country? It is not those who call for change. It is those who make present policy. Those who have removed themselves from the American tradition, from the enduring and generous impulses that are the soul of this nation.
Mr. Kennedy, would you accept the position on a ticket with Johnson? Yeah, would you accept the vice presidency?
Are you trying to start a fight? I said there could be a coalition government in Vietnam, but not here in the United States. They are the ones who divide us. The President of the United States, President Johnson, divides us.
When I was a boy, I had nightmares. Always the same one. I'd be all alone out on a vast plain, sitting in a cane-bottomed chair with a tall, straight back. And there's a stampede. Cattle come running at me. The hooves pounding. Dust and horns. I'm scared, and I try to get out of that chair, but I can't move. Well, the crazy thing is that lately I've been having that same dream again. Only this time it's not cattle. It's black people rioting, burning. Welfare mothers with their babies in their arms, screaming at me. And students with their fresh, young faces all twisted up with hate, calling me killer, running at me, shaking their fists. And I'm stricken. I don't have the power to stop them. Finally, the one thing I feared most from the first day of my presidency has come true. Robert F. Kennedy has announced his intention to reclaim the throne. He calls up the memory of his lost brother, and the American people, swayed by the magic of that memory, have come to him rejoicing. Dancing in the streets. I am so tired.
laid this on?
I don't think anybody did.
Senator Kennedy! Listen, I just want to vent. The reporters and TV are at the gate. They're waiting for your statement.
My statement on what?
You haven't heard the news? The president announced he won't run for re-election.
You're kidding.
What did he say?
He says the president's not going to run.
Here. I think this is something that works.
We want neither the peace of the slave nor the grave. Jack used this back in 1960. You can do better than that. And I think that we should say something about the president's action. Like, his withdrawal was a difficult and noble act.
A noble act? Is he kidding?
No one becomes more sentimental than a politician rejoicing at his rival's withdrawal.
Well, there's no cause for rejoicing. But Bobby has lost his villain. Now he has to run against McCarthy and his own reputation for being ruthless. And for letting McCarthy test the waters. A week or two from now, he may wish he had Lyndon to kick around.
My goodness, how you've all grown. That way you walk. Oh. Well, goodness gracious, I have to catch up with so many things with you.
Come on, they're waiting for you inside. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. All right, yeah.
McCarthy is against the war. And if Johnson puts Hubert Humphrey in the race, he'll probably be against the war. It'll be harder to find issues that clearly divide us.
Well, it's not the issues, it's the men. You're running because you're Robert Kennedy, and you're better suited to being president than any man alive.
Mother, I need a platform. I have to make speeches that are about something.
Let your heart rule your intellect. Just let the people know that you really care. Don't try to be a traditional politician. That's not your way. It doesn't suit you. I had profound misgivings about you running. I felt you had too many responsibilities to the family. But ever since childhood, you could never be deflected from doing what you thought you should do. Remember all the times you argued with your father?
I miss them. I learned a lot from those arguments.
Well, now it's time for us all to rally around to make sure that you win. I'll get on the stump, and so will all your sisters. Your hair's too long. You better get it cut.
Well, I just had it cut. Besides, you just said I shouldn't be traditional.
Maybe I did. But it's too long. Get it cut again.
In Memphis today, violence erupted as massive demonstrations and protests continued. Dr. Martin Luther King arrived to lead 6,000 demonstrators in support of the city sanitation workers, most of them Negroes. Sources close to Dr. King say that the civil rights leader is still unwilling to endorse a presidential candidate, though they report he is pleased with the recent entry of Senator Robert Kennedy in the primaries. Governor Buford Ellington has been forced to call up 4,000 National Guard troops at the request of Mayor Henry Loeb in an effort to keep peace in the city.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
The word from Dick Tuck is that we can count on zero help from the Democratic machine in Indiana. They're going to hold firm for Humphrey.
Well, that still doesn't mean that the people won't turn out for us.
Well, they might for all the wrong reasons. Blacks and whites are fighting for jobs. The race is a big and very unpopular issue. I wish our first fight was somewhere else.
This whole campaign is a risk. Life is a risk. Look, Fred, I have to run everywhere because I started so late.
Max.
Don't feed Freckles until we're in the air. And don't give him chicken unless we remove the bones.
Where's this, Daddy?
It's nothing, Max. We're just stopping.
Just came over the radio. Martin Luther King has been shot in Memphis. There's no statement on his condition.
What is this, Daddy? What's the matter?
Max, why don't we give Freckles some of your roll? I think he's hungry, all right?
We got the confirmation about 20 minutes ago. He was dead on arrival at the hospital. Massive head wounds.
My God, when is this violence going to stop?
I think for everybody's safety, you better go right to the hotel.
I'm scheduled to speak. It's an outdoor rally. Those people are standing in the rain.
Bobby, it's an all-black neighborhood.
I'm going with you.
When those people find out, the whole place could explode.
You go to the hotel. I'll go on my own. I've got to speak to these people.
Senator Kennedy, I'm responsible for your safety. I wouldn't even send my own people in there right now.
Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. I'll just need a driver who knows the way.
Oh my God, they have no idea.
Thank you. I have bad news for you. For all of our fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world. Martin Luther King was shot and killed tonight. Martin Luther King dedicated his life to love and to justice for all of his fellow human beings. He died for that effort. In this difficult day, in this difficult time for the United States, it is perhaps well for us to ask what kind of nation we are and what direction we want to move in. For those of you who are considering the evidence, there were white people who were responsible. You can be filled with bitterness, with hatred, and with the desire for revenge. We can move in that direction as a country, in a great polarization of black people amongst black, white people amongst white, filled with hatred for one another. Or we can make an effort, as Martin Luther King did, to understand, to comprehend, and to replace that violence, that stain of bloodshed that is spread across our land, with an effort to understand, with compassion and with love. For those of you who are tempted to be filled with hatred and distrust against all white people at the injustice of such an act, I can only say to you that I feel in my heart that same kind of feeling. I had a member of my family killed, but he was killed by a white man. What we now need in the United States is not division. What we now need in the United States is not lawlessness or violence, but love and wisdom and compassion toward one another, and the feeling of justice toward those who still suffer, whether they be black or whether they be white. There's always a tendency to hope after something like this that things will change, that it will mean something. Martin's death will cause many to turn away. Many black people will lose hope. If there is a lesson to be taken from their lives and deaths, it is that none of us can afford to be onlookers, critics who just stand on the sidelines. Otherwise, all that my brother and Martin fought for will vanish. Let us say a prayer for our people, for our country.
His eastern states are dandy, so all the people say. From Boston to Virginia and New York by the bay. The blacks that carry love him, the bulls will fill his hall. There are no ethnic problems on the ruthless cannonball. There goes Roger Brannigan, the Hoosiers' favorite son. He doesn't want the office, he only wants to run. His high-ball days are over, he's riding for a fall. They're noted for long memories on the ruthless cannonball. Goodwin G. McCarthy came down the other track. 1,000 Radcliffe dropouts, all massed for the attack. But Bobby's brought the right way from here back to St. Paul. 'Cause money is no object on the ruthless cannonball.
right, come on.
Thank you. This is my wife, Ethel. This is our daughter, Courtney. These are our sons, Michael and David. We wanted to bring the rest of our children, but the railroad wouldn't let us have enough cars. Oh, and this is our dog, Freckles. You're probably wondering why I came to Crete, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Well, when I was talking with Ethel about whether or not I should run for president, she said that I should because it would give us a chance to visit Crete, Nebraska. So here I am.
Welcome.
Now, those who believe that, raise your hands. I see a picture of Richard Nixon over there. You think he's planning on coming to Crete, Nebraska? No. Well, I don't think he's coming here, do you? No. You think he cares about Crete? No. Well, I'll tell you one thing he can't match, and that's my solution to the dairy farmers' difficulties. Because I buy 26 bottles of milk each day for my 10 children, and that's something that none of my opponents can match.
McCarthy came down the other track. 1,000 Radcliffe dropouts, all masked for the attack. But Bobby fought the right way, not you back to St. Paul. 'Cause money is no object now, you must stand and
Does that feel better?
How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I can go to the distance. But, after you win the nomination, I'm afraid you're going to be pretty much on your own.
Why? Is anything wrong?
No, I'm fine. There's only one thing that ever puts me in bed.
You're kidding.
No. Should happen around November, December.
Well, have you seen the doctor yet?
Oh, no. It's too early.
Well, then you can't be sure.
I don't need to see a doctor to be sure. I've been right 10 times.
Come here.
What?
Come here.
Your hands are freezing.
They'll warm up. I'm coming right through you.
Okay, kid, give it your best shot.
In case it doesn't work out, leave a little something for the boaters.
Hey!
Come on, killer. Back to the room. First returns are coming in.
What does it look like?
It looks good.
Well, thank God I've had my share of defeats today.
Bobby, we've got Indiana, Nebraska, but not by a landslide. California and Oregon are going to decide it.
What's the word from the advance man?
Well, Oregon's a rough state for us. Conservative Democrats there.
Fred, you always say that.
Oh, well, this time I mean it.
And you always say that, too.
Look, Bobby, you can count the number of black votes in Oregon on the fingers of one hand. And as for the war, forget it. McCarthy got there ahead of us. For those who want an anti-war candidate, he's it.
Well, that's bad. I could wind up making the same speech as he made.
That's right. This time it's a choice between men, not politics.
He looks more conservative than I do. Maybe I should take my mother's advice and get a shorter haircut.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I see that sign there, and I wonder, could someone here explain that sign to me?
Yeah, we don't want any federal laws taking our guns away. That's what it means.
Federal gun control laws would only keep guns away from criminals and demented individuals. I would think with all the killing and violence that has occurred, that you would agree that guns should be kept out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them.
Nazi Germany started with the registration of guns. Yeah, they don't allow guns in Russia either.
Registration of cars hasn't affected your ability to own them, has it?
Sorry it's so rough.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
I'll try to get you back to Portland on schedule, but the stuff's gonna slow us down.
Thanks. We appreciate it. It's too bad that I missed the grand old days of Boston politics. The easy days.
Like Mayor Curley's slogan, vote early and vote often for Curley.
I had an uncle who they say voted 143 times against my grandfather, Honey Fitz. But old Honey Fitz won because he had a son who voted 144 times in his favor. Remind me never to repeat that story to the press.
Why not? It just means that you come from a fine old political tradition.
I doubt the Republican papers would see it that way.
Okay, kiddo. If I see it coming, I'll just sneak up behind you and put my fingers to your lips.
Reassure you on one count, the word seems to be out.
I want to thank you all for the job you've done. This loss was nobody's fault but my own. I've got to work harder, that's all. It's as simple as that. But we're not going to lose in California, are we?
No way! No way! No way!
Our loss in Oregon at least demonstrates that Americans want a choice in the coming election. For me, California, with all its wealth and its problems, represents a microcosm of the nation. We must win here. We must get across to all the people. And it's a big state. So, Dick Tuck, Joe Goggin, and Jerry Bruno will arrange turnouts. Steve Smith will organize from this office, and John Siegenthaler in the north. Pierre Salinger will handle the media, and John Frankenheimer will provide film of all our events for the TV news. If I died in Oregon, then let's make Los Angeles my resurrection city.
Latest public opinion polls have you ahead by 4 points.
If I'm going to take the convention, I can't win by an eyelash. We must have a major, irrefutable victory here. Now we have 2 days left. How do we do it?
Public appearances always get the greatest return of votes.
All right. Then we'll cover the entire state one more time. See you in the morning.
In 2 days?
No, 1 day. Use tomorrow to set it up.
I'll get everyone started.
Right, Bobby. Good night, Steve.
Some sleep, huh?
You too, John.
Bobby, I don't want you to get exhausted. I mean, there's still flu going around.
I'll be okay. I'll rest up tomorrow and I'll be fine.
And what about Ethel?
Ethel will stay. I'll go on alone.
Oh, good luck selling her on that idea.
Fred, if I ask Ethel to stay, on second thought, I think I would very much like Ethel to be there.
I thought so. You two get some sleep. Good night.
Oh, and there's concern in San Diego about defense appropriations. We're putting together some figures about cutbacks at the naval yards. Oh, and you might want to talk about child care programs.
Let us draw from the spirit of youth. When I say the spirit of youth, I don't mean just the young. I'm speaking of a state of mind, a temper of will, a quality of imagination, a predominance of courage over timidity, of the appetite of adventure over the love of ease. It is a spirit that knows the difference between force and reason. It knows that we can clasp the future and mold it to our will. For above all, the spirit of youth is the conviction of possibility, the knowledge that we are not bound in chains of impotence, but with courage and energy and purpose, we can build a better nation and attain a peaceful world.
Good morning.
Hi, John.
How'd you sleep?
Good. John, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your letting us all stay here.
Just forget about it. Just enjoy. Breath.
Thanks. Hi.
Good morning. Thanks. How'd you feel?
I've revived. How about you?
I feel great.
November?
Early December. You know, we're gonna have to start thinking in names.
Well, we've pretty much worked through our families and friends. I'm sure my mother will have some ideas.
I live right south there.
Ethel!
Hi! Bobby! Come on, everybody's here.
Look at that view.
What a place,
Wow.
huh?
Hi,
Hello,
Fred.
Hey.
Hi, Joni.
Bobby, how are you?
I'm fine, Teddy.
How you feeling?
Great, great.
Beautiful spot.
Okay.
Okay. Well, any news?
Have you got your speech ready?
I have 2 speeches ready. Which one should I start practicing in the mirror?
Well, half the vote's in. The word from the insiders of the network is that you got 49%.
That's very good, but still not decisive.
The vote from South Dakota is in, and it was decisive. 49.7% for you versus 29% for native son Hubert Humphrey.
We didn't even campaign there.
Hopefully that's not the secret of our success.
The returns are coming in.
You better get dressed.
All right. Ethel! Ethel! Joni, the returns are in. Come on.
final results of the election are in. It is Kennedy 49%, Dean McCarthy 41%.
I'm gonna head downstairs. I'll meet you down there.
Okay, good to see you.
We did it. Well, it's not over yet.
Well, you tell them that down in the embassy room. It's over. You better get down there. They're taking a roof off the place.
Make the speech, Bobby. You won.
Absolutely. You want to take the other elevator?
Thank you. Thank you very much. What I think is quite clear is that we can work together in the final analysis. And what has been going on within the United States over the period of the last 3 years, the division, the violence, the disenchantment with our society, division whether it's between blacks and whites, between the poor and the more affluent, between age groups or in the war in Vietnam. We can work together. We are a great country, an unselfish country and a compassionate country. And I intend to make that my basis for running over the period of the next few months. I have many people I would like to thank for their help in California. Rafer Johnson and Rosie Greer, who said he would take care of everyone who didn't vote for me. Steve Smith for a ruthless campaign. And I would like to express my gratitude to my dog, Freckles, who has been maligned. I don't care what as Franklin Roosevelt says, I don't care what they say about me, but when they start to attack my dog. And I'm not doing this in the order of importance, but I would also like to thank my wife, Ethel.
Yeah.
Her patience through this entire effort is fantastic. So my thanks to all of you. And it's on to Chicago, and let's win there.
Kitchen. This way.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls have picked them, every one. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Gone for husbands, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the husbands gone? Long time passing.
Let no one be discouraged by the belief that there is nothing that one man or one woman can do against the enormous array of the world's ills, against misery and ignorance, injustice and violence. Few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of the events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this generation. It is from numberless, diverse acts of courage and belief that human history is shaped. Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance.
Thank you.